Hello everyone, I want to welcome you guys to the Silver Silk and More YouTube channel, and on this channel my job is to bring you guys fun, creative, and innovative ideas using products from Silver Silk and More, and some of my other favorite products in the industry including Tiara Cast, Jesse James Beads, Softflex Wire. There is so many great products out there that work so well with Silver Silk, and I am always thrilled to bring you guys new and fun and innovative ideas. I wanted to go ahead and jump into today's project because I'm very excited about it. I wanted to start with a quick sketch and show you guys what my idea for this project is. Since we're moving into the fall season, I think this will be a great color palette for that, and even through Christmas, I'm thinking. I wanted to go ahead and again sketch it out for you. If you guys check out silversilkonline.com, you can right now use the code SHOPPING to get 10% off all products, in case you are interested in this idea or anything else that comes to mind that you might need for future projects. So I wanted to work on a necklace today, and specifically I think I want to focus in on a Lariat style necklace. So doing something long today, I thought we could use a 2-hole slider. HOLE slider here, and what we can actually do is suspend some beads from it. I have a gorgeous palette from Jesse James Beads called Eden, and it's from their fall Pantone collection currently, and I wanted to mix that in maybe down here to do some fun little bubbles. And for the top part, let's stagger this a little bit. Because the 2-hole slider does slide in and out the beads like it's supposed to, I thought it would be cool to actually seed bead wrap this top part of the knitted wire. And then we're going to attach our little findings, our end caps down here. These will be beads. And this will be seed beads. So I think it'll be a fun, quick, cool idea and technique to learn tonight. I think it'll work for all kinds of different size beads and shapes of things. It's gonna work really well with the knitted wire as well. Just with the technique that we're using tonight, the knit part of my jewelry chain is going to come in very handy for this. So let's zoom out. I'm actually gonna set this to the side. Bring in my palette of things. And we are working with some really fun materials today. So here I have the knitted wire. This is the green color capture chain. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? What capture chain is, it's a ball chain that's been knitted over by 6 different wires, and it is machine knit, so you can see how precise that knit work is. And it is made of 34 gauge wire. It is coated specially so that this won't tarnish or change colors or rub off or anything like that. The plating is very, very permanent. So really good stuff here. Comes in a 3-foot spool. I'm going to be using all of it. Along with those, you get the silver silk end caps. This is a single strand color in brass, which I haven't used brass very much. I thought today was a great excuse for it. Again, just with the fall palette that I'm using today, it's going to work very well with Jesse James Beads as well as the design that I've planned in mind. This is the 2-hole slider that I was talking about. As you can see, the 2 holes there that are specifically made to the size of the capture chain. And it's got the logo imprint on it as well, so that's pretty special. I just have some matching jump rings that are also plated in the same brass plating as my other end caps and 2-hole slider. Just for consistency. And then I've got this beautiful Softflex wire. This is our craft wire. I'm going to be using 2 different gauges to do this. One is for the baubles. This is a 22 gauge for just making wire wrapped simple loops. And then I'm going to be using a thinner wire to string my seed beads on. These are just size 11 turquoise seed beads, as you can see. And you can use a bigger size. I kind of wanted a little bit more detail in mine, so I ended up using smaller seed beads for the size 11 specifically. So I'm just going to set those out to the side for now, as well as some of this other stuff. And I want to dig into the Jesse James Beads mix. This is pretty spectacular. They have picked out many Pantone colors for the fall trend and have put together several strands, an elements mix, and an inspirations mix, just with bigger elements within their collection, and then some smaller things that you can kind of sprinkle in if you're needing some spacers or anything like that. The strands are beautiful though. You get really great different types of beads in it. So I was eyeballing this strand, which is what I really want to use tonight, but I think that this one is equally beautiful. But we're just gonna set this guy to the side for now. I think the turquoise palette, as well as my brass findings, because I was eyeballing this earlier, will match perfectly with the arrangement that I have in mind. I'll dig into this guy real quick and show you what we have here too. There's so many different things here to work with. I love these. I thought we could use these for the end of our bauble chain. So we'll set those out. Even though I'm using brass components, the silver is going to just be a nice additional accent color to this. As you can see, we got some tassels and some other bigger beads that are in here. These cool boho beads that are custom made. So there's all kinds of stuff in there. I love it. And some crystals. And in the design elements mix, this is a smaller mix of beads. I got quite a few in there though. So there's gonna be several to go through here. We got, probably just fill these out on my little workspace here. Might as well. Bring this packaging out. There we go. Get an arrangement of these smaller beads and some cool spacers, these dark tassels. I love these guys. These will match well with my turquoise beads, so we might end up using some of those. In the second package, it looks like you get some rose-colored beads, or rose-shaped beads, some different colored check glass maybe, and these fun little laser print beads, I think is what those are. And oops, in this one we got some other mid-sized beads. It's like this collection never really ends, does it? Look at that. So many to pick from. Look at those. Those are pretty. So, huge arrangement, needless to say, of beads. And I'm just going to actually figure out a place to put these. So, we might end up using some from them, from those mix. And we might stick with the strand. I don't know, but needless to say, there's a lot of choices to work with. And that is always a great problem to have. Okay, let's dig into our technique for the night. So the first thing I want to do is take my capture chain, and I'm just going to straighten it all out. I want to go ahead and attach my end caps to it. But before I do that, I definitely want to attach my slider. So we'll just string this guy through and take our end cap. And I'm just going to take a pair of, let's see, some nylon jaw pliers. Here they are. And the reason why I want to use nylon jaw pliers is that I don't scratch my finding. This will be a surefire way of protecting it. There we go. Same thing on this side. I'm just going to string it through. And go ahead and crimp this guy on. Just like that. It might want to slip out, but you just go ahead and keep pressing it and it'll eventually just stay put. I want to figure out how much I want to stagger this because that's how many times I'm going to wrap my seed beads around. I've actually went ahead and pre-strung some of my seed beads just to kind of speed things up for tonight. And I'm going to kind of just pick out a spot. I kind of want to just do a smaller wrap on this one, and then we'll do a longer wrap on the other one. So to do this, all I'm going to do is just go up through my capture chain. And let's see, what I think I want to do is put a few around, just like that. Maybe just twist it once or twice. That might be enough to just hold it in place. What it's going to do is, because we put it through the capture chain, we've anchored it. So now all we have to do is just wrap it around. Very, very easy. I am using size, let's see, this is 26 gauge, again, soft flex craft wire. And I love what this is doing because it's making the capture chain look bigger, but I'm also getting a new color added to this. That's sort of a complement to the green color. And again, it'll match so well with my other components too. So turquoise definitely goes a long way. Let's see. So you just kind of wrap it around over and over again, just spiral it or coil it around. Very easy to do. I think the hardest part of this is probably pre-stringing all of this, but it is worth it. So I highly recommend going about it that way first. There you go, just take your time. It'll all come together. There we go. And I'm about to reach the end of this. Maybe just a few more beads. Right there. Cool. It's an easy way to use seed beads, I think, especially if you're loving the beads, but not so much a seed bead weaver. I know I used to be one, but I have sort of slowed that particular style down or slowed down on it. So I don't do it as much anymore. I'm just gonna trim it off right there. And what I can do is just secure my wire by going around a couple times at the base here. Or a few times, really, and then just kind of trim and tuck. Very easy. I didn't have to do much to it. If you are not comfortable with doing that, you could absolutely just stick it right through the knitted wire. So maybe we try that. And then you can always trim it after that. That'll be a definite way to secure it. Yeah, I can definitely feel that going through the knitted wire, so that looks good to me. Just trim that away. Same thing with this. I think we wrapped it around there a couple of times, so we should be good to go. There we go. Just wrapped it back into the seed beads, actually. Very easy, you guys, right? So now my slider will not fall through. It will actually stop right there. So that whenever I make this wrap, I want to go a little bit longer with my seed bead wrapping and make that work that way. So I'm gonna just go ahead and kind of measure this, and it looks like it wants to start about right there. So we'll just start right here. And I just poke my wire through the knit. Actually just work myself around here. I wonder if I could just go ahead and twist it onto the wire. Maybe go ahead and trim this off. Because I secured it already right there. So now I should just be able to take my seed beads and twist them around. Yeah, I can do this. Whoop. There we go. I think that'll work. Just need to make sure all of my seed beads are pulled up. There we go. Get a grasp. I suggest probably working in little chunks at a time just to make it easier on yourself. Once you kind of have a good wrapping going there, you can absolutely just add more like that. Easy enough. Cool. There we go. make sure you have a lot of seed beads strung on this because it definitely doesn't go a long ways, but it does take quite a few to do this. About to reach the end here. And once again, I'm just gonna wrap my wire around a few times. You can pull it through the knitted wire if you are wanting it to be 100% secure, just like that. Let's give it a good tug. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and trim it, just like that. And all of, whoops, my pieces here should be good to go. See, it's just a nice little cap there at the top. It's perfect. Now I can start to add in all of my cool little beads and little bauble components there. So, I don't know, maybe we start with these guys. We can add in some crystals. Put him down there. Maybe this guy. Let's see. I'm not worried about my silver and brass not matching because really I'm using silver with the beads that are inside of the knitted wire. And so it's all like come together basically. Oh, I love that. Let's do that for the other side too. So I have this guy here, these two, oops, and then that goes there, and then this. Ah, that's so pretty. All right. So now I'm just gonna attach a series of simple loops together. I went ahead and went through all of the beads and put a wire wrap loop on each and every single one of them, just to again speed things up a little bit. And now we're going to connect all of our components together using our little jump rings here. So I'll start with the first bead, go ahead and string it on. Connect it, make sure that the seam is closed, or as it can be, as much as it can be. Doesn't look like it's gonna come through, so that's good. I'll do that to all of them. This is gonna be a fun and fast, super cool necklace. I can already tell. I love the different hits of silver and the brass that are throughout this design. Perfect for fall, really. And I think it's gonna work itself well into the Christmas season with all the sparklies. But I wonder what you guys could do to the design, even with using different beads, different seed beads, varying the different lengths of the wire wraps or anything else on this design. Like, there's quite a few possibilities. I love how this chain can be made pretty quickly as well. Comes together so easily. I'm just using my fingernails, which I know I have very tough fingers, I think. But maybe using 2 pliers is not a bad idea. I think it probably would make things easier. In fact, probably have another one lying around here somewhere. Let's do this. There we go. Just as easy. And I'm gonna connect this together. Whoops, I have to open that up a little bit more. Cool, look at that. Very pretty. Same thing on this side now. This is definitely a longer necklace, which I think is kind of really nice in style right now. might be a couple jump rings short here, so I have to grab a couple more. Very easy, you guys. Yep, gonna need a couple more jump rings. Okay, oops, forgot to connect this guy together. Let's go and do that. Oops. Personal sabotage there. And here we are with the last one. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this design. I'm going to actually pull up some information back from what our sketch looked like before and after. So let me see. Set that back up here. Look at that. Our drawing is right there, and our finished design looks very similar to it. Makes even a jingle sound, so we got some extra bonus noise in there. Guys, I love this design. If you love this video, please subscribe to my channel here on YouTube, and please join the conversation with us Silkies if you grab, or actually check out facebook.com, Silver Silk and More. On there, you'll find the Silkies group as well. So on there, we're posting all kinds of projects, ideas, techniques that we're all doing and trying new things. And it's just a lovely, lovely little creative community. I love this design. I hope you do too. And I will see you guys again at the next Tuesday tutorial. Have a good night.